Hello friends, this is Ganesh and video number 33 on ABAP, and this is the continuation of module pool concept. And in this video I'm going to explain about different screen types. So you have three different types of screens available in Screen Painter, like module programming. One is normal, another one is subscreen, and then you have modal dialog box. So I'm going to explain the properties of subscreen, how to make use of the subscreen, do's and don'ts. The same way how we are going to see about modal dialog box, how to design and how to call the modal dialog box based on the business requirement. Okay. Let's get into this. First part is subscreen. So we have so far created the normal screen with some screen numbers like 100, and we didn't call the screen because I showed only the standard model pool program. So today I'm going to take a report and I'm going to use that report as a screen program, model pool program. So it's not going to start with SAPM. Okay. So previous example, I used SAPM concept. So I didn't use a statement called call screen because you're not able to use a call screen statement inside the model pool program. You have to give the screen number, initial screen number in the transaction level. Okay. So if you take any screen, that needs to be called. But if you take a subscreen, it's just called little differently. We need to do some basic setup to use a subscreen. So subscreen is nothing but another screen. Okay, it has its own properties, same like the normal screen. You have to create a subscreen based on your design, and also depends on the program, same like normal screen. Subscreen also need a activated program, and using a program you can create a subscreen. So here you have two options. Either you can create a subscreen same for the same program which you created the normal screen, or you can go with a different program as well. So when we need to go to a different program for a subscreen is nothing but an include screen. How you're going to use an include program in the modularization technique. So include program is a program which can be used in many places, many executable program, many main program. You're able to include your include program, right? So the same way, subscreen also included in many, means more than one or multiple normal screens. Okay, if that is the case, you can go ahead with a different program, especially for a subscreen. For example, there is a model pool project. So you have repeated screen designers coming in two or three different normal screens. So instead of creating the same design again and again, you create a subscreen, and maybe the one developer, we can assign this to a developer, just create your own program and create a subscreen, and whenever or wherever is needed, we can use, or we can call the subscreen, or we can include the subscreen to the normal screen. In that scenario, we can go ahead with the independent program for a subscreen. Okay, another scenario, I have a program, I feel I can go with a subscreen for my design. So there are only one similar design is going to be used. In that case, go ahead with a simple program or same program for your normal and subscreen. So the option is yours. Either go with the same program for your normal screen as well as subscreen, or different independent programs for your normal screen and the independent program for your subscreen. Okay, it depends. So there is no performance improvement over here. It depends on if it is a very complex and more designs like 5 major screens and 3 different subscreens are going to be used, then go ahead with a different program. Okay. The first step to add or include a subscreen into a normal screen. This green box is my normal screen, and this blue box is nothing but a subscreen area. This is not a subscreen. Okay. In a normal screen, you decide a place where you want to keep your subscreen, and in that place just create a subscreen area. So you have a component called subscreen area. It's like same like your text box, push button, and in that list you have a component called subscreen area. So you decide a place and keep the subscreen area along with the name of it, like S1, S2, S3, whatever name, depends on your naming convention. So that is the first step. Second step, create subscreens. Okay, either using a same program name of your normal or a different program name, it's up to you, but design a subscreen independently using SE51. So I design a screen, as subscreen 10, and given a number for a subscreen is 20. It's simple, any number you can give, same ranges you can give, but it's easy for understanding. If all the things are going with the multiplication of hundreds or the normal screen, 100, 200, 300, 400, subscreen is going with the multiples of 10. Okay, simple. And now this is the second step. So first step, decide a place and use a subscreen area component. Assign some space for your subscreen. How much space is needed for your subscreen? Just assign it. Okay. Second step, design a subscreens. How many subscreens you want? Just design it. Next, I'm going to map this subscreen to the subscreen area with the help of a syntax. This is not a drag and drop. Okay, so you can't do a drag and drop here. You have to write a syntax to include a subscreen to the subscreen area of your normal screen. So the syntax is, okay, this is going to be like 10 is going area 1 and 20 is going to area 2, and you can imagine the name of the component is S1 and this is S2. The syntax, I must, okay, yeah, 1 second. Yeah, the syntax is subscreen also created using because this one I explained, the same program or which has been used for the normal main screen is created, meaning in my example I'm going to use the same program for normal screen as well as subscreen. So what is syntax? Syntax is call subscreen area name including subscreen program name, subscreen number. So this is the syntax to map your subscreen to the subscreen area. Okay, so the example is like this: call subscreen, my subscreen area name is S1 including sy-rep id. So this is a system variable which recognize what is the program at the runtime. So if your subscreen and the normal screen has the same program, you can go ahead with the system variable rep id. If it is a different name, you have to mention within single quotes what is your program name of your subscreen program name. Then within single quotes subscreen number. Okay, so this is the syntax to map your subscreen to the subscreen area. Subscreen area is available in your normal screen. Clear? Another very important point, this coding, this syntax is going to be available or is going to be right in SC51, not in SC38. Be clear on it. Okay, this syntax is not out of your screen painter. Calling the subscreen is possible only within your screen painter. So you can't use call subscreen in your SC38 program. Okay, so this is coming under PBO basically, because before the screen pop-ups I want my subscreen to be enabled. Okay, and another point, you're not able to call a subscreen based on your PAI event. If I press enter, I'm going to call a subscreen. Technically it's not possible, but functionality wise we are able to do it. Okay, I will show you, like we can keep a dynamic variable for a subscreen and you can able to achieve that, but technically this is not going to be possible in PAI module, and this is going to be not inside a module because it's SE51. Only in SE38 all the screen painter coding coming under module and module, but in SE51 after the process called in the flow logic tab, I'll show you flow logic tab, process before output, and after that very next line you have to use this syntax. Okay, and what's next? Some properties. Subscreen number can be dynamic. We can choose, depends on the functionality. I have 3 subscreens based on the user input. I want to display this subscreen. Yeah, it's possible. And PAI, you have to use this syntax to recognize the components of your subscreen. So if you want to read some value from your subscreen component, then you need a syntax called call subscreen area name. That's it. No need of include your subscreen number and all. This is coming under PAI, that is also in SE51. Okay, suppose your subscreen doesn't have like any component is enabled for user input, it's only for display purpose, then this call subscreen is not required. So if it is, if you're not in use this, I will show you what happens. Okay, be clear. If subscreen doesn't have any you don't want to read anything, basically you don't want to read anything, you don't want to receive anything from the user input, then call subscreen is not required in PI. This is optional. If you're not mentioning, it won't give any syntax error. OK type variable is not applicable for subscreen. Every screen has a OK type variable. OK type variable is nothing but carry the function code from SE51 to SE38. That OK type variable is disabled if you choose the option called subscreen while creating your screen. Okay, so OK type variable is not passable. Then how we can do it? So that is the next line. Can access normal screen properties. So subscreen can access all the normal screen properties like OK type variable, PAI module. So it easily, you can write the code in normal screen PAI because it's a part of normal screen. Once you include it, it's a part of normal screen. So you can make use of normal screen PAI and you can make use of normal screen OK type variable. And this one I already explained, not able to call your subscreen from outside of your SE51. Even the syntax is going to be in your SE51, and this is not going to be called normal screen. Technically we call it as you have to include the subscreen into the normal screen variable, sorry, normal screen area. Okay, clear? And next is modal dialog box. It's very simple, same like normal screen, and you have an option to change the screen size. That is the only I can say major difference between normal and modal dialog box. Excuse me. Normally we use this for giving a message, or I want a very small screen to get the values. So if that is the case, you can go with modal dialog box. Maybe the customer creation, it will come, right? If you go to the transaction, press enter, it automatically give a pop-up name. What is the customer number? These are some modal dialog box, right? So that is a way. And it has its independent OK code variable, OK type variable, PPU and PI. See, because it's same like a normal screen, it has its own OK type variable, own PPU and own PI. And the menus, modal dialog box menus has to be created differently in SE41. If you noticed in my previous video, there are three options while creating a menu painter: normal, status, and the second one would be modal box, I believe. So that is required for modal dialog box. If you want to keep some buttons, normally if a box needs some buttons in the end, right, tick mark, close mark and everything, apart from the push button, it's going to be mapped with the window itself, not inside the modal dialog box. In the window itself you can see the tick mark and all. If you want that kind of menu, then you need to go with different option in SE41. So this is about types of screen. Normal screen we have seen already, multiple screens, how to call and everything. So today I'm going to show you subscreen, modal dialog box in a report programming. I'm going to start from scratch. So I'm not going to create a model pool program here. I'm going to create a report program. This way also you can able to achieve the model pool programming. Okay, if you don't want to go with the standard, but preferable standard format, but this is a way also you're able to do it. Because you should know, you should aware someone is created, if you want to change, if you're going to modify anything for the existing program, so you should aware of it. Okay, through report also they are able to create a model pool programming. Let me take you to the system. This is my system. I'm going to create a normal executable program, ZGI module pool in report format. So here I'm not going to select module pool, I'm going to select executable program. Next, save it. Okay, and you can follow the same, like activate and go to SE51 and do it. So that is the format which we followed in the last 3 videos, and now I'm going to do a little differently. There are other options. You can use call screen 100 because this is not a model pool program, And if you create a transaction, it's fine. You can give, instead of call screen, you can use the call transaction way. You can give the initial screen as 100. If not, I'm not going to use a transaction, this is my temporary program, or I want to do something, I want my practice, then instead of transaction I want to do a practice, so go ahead with this option, call screen 100. Okay, just double click, same like what we followed in SE11. It will create, it will ask, this screen is not available, do you want to create? If it is available, obviously it just take you to the SE51. I say yes. Now it will take me to SE51 transaction. You want to save this? Yes. Now you can give the normal short description. I'm going to do it from scratch, so I need at least one normal screen to keep my subscreen. So let me have a normal window with very basic informations like some input output box and at least one exit button. That is very important to close it, because if you design a SE51, entire control is in your own custom program. This is input right, sale orders number, oops, okay, and this is text one, and this is sale document, okay, that's fine. I don't want to waste your time. Here I'll go with exit. Sorry, PV1, and what is happening? Exit, and this is PB1. I need a function code FCT exit. Okay, it's a little bigger. Okay, this is my normal screen. Normal screen component. Normal screen component. So here, normal screen frame one. Okay, I'm creating a normal screen now. Okay, let's keep these or enabled. Flow logic and OK type variable. These are very basic for any screen, just to work as expected, at least execute and close. Okay, and double click. You want to create, yes. So here I'm going to use new include program. Previous one I used the same program. I'm going to use this option. It will create a new include program for me. It ends with I01. Okay, I is nothing but PAI. So it used my what is that program name and user command COMMAN, and then I01. I01 is for include program. So hereafter any include, any PAI module comes, I'm going to use this include program only. Okay, suppose I have 3 different screens, then I have 3 different PAI modules, I'm going to use only this include for that. Click next. It will mention very clearly if there is a include, it should be included in your main program. That is a statement here. I'm fine. Next. Okay, done. So here what I'm going to do is data, okay, code 100 type SciUCom. So if I want to just write the code to come out of the screen, that is important. Otherwise I need to go with the /n forcefully. I have to close my screen, especially in module pool. Have one exit button always for your testing. Okay, done. Back toward it. Okay, now go back. This is my screen. I'm going to have the object list enabled. That is easy for navigation. So like this. So I have my PAI module, I have my include, and I have my screen. So just go to screen. This is not activated. So let me activate this. And the safer side, activate from Just top of your program. Okay, done. Now, if I go to the program, this is a report program. Report program can execute directly. So I'm going to use execute. Just click execute button. It's call the screen because I had the statement call screen 100. So it just call the screen. Okay, so transaction is not required just for your testing purpose. But in real time, without transaction, we are not deliver anything to the customer. So we need a transaction on it. But this is just for your practice and you should aware of it. So just click exit. Let's come out of your screen. I'm good with the normal screen. Now I'm going to make the first step for subscreen. Let me go to the screen, go to layout, and here there is an option called subscreen area. So I need one subscreen here, give a name for it, S1 simply, and I need one more subscreen here, S2. Okay, so if you want a name on it, you can give a name for subscreen area. So have a one more box, then give it. Or while designing a subscreen, give a frame or give a title of your frame saying that this is subscreen 1, subscreen 2 for your easy identification, or some valid names depends on your business needs. So step 1 is done. Subscreen area I have created. Step 2, I have to create a subscreen. 2 subscreens I have to create. So just go to flow logic. I'm not going to write anything now. Activate first. Okay. So here in this process, I'm going to use the same name, same program name. Okay. So what I'm going to do is right click here, create, and 10 is my first subscreen number. And here the subscreen, this is my subscreen 1, and change the screen type as subscreen. Okay, rest of things are same. Go to layout, design, whatever you want, just design it. Okay, just go to layout, and here I'm going to have a box. Remember the subscreen area size depends on that you design it. Otherwise, you have to enlarge your subscreen area, or you will get a scroll bar. Simple. This is my subscreen 1, text 1. And here, let me have a box and a text. Net value text 2. And this is going to be net underscore value and 10. Okay, and I'm going to have a button over here as well. I can say leave PB1. So leave and exit is going to be same functionality for my scenario. So I'm going to use same function code. So whenever you feel the same functionality to be used in a different places, different functions or events, please give the same function code. That'll be easy. That's it. Go to flow logic. Now currently I am in subscreen number 1. I'm not going to enable anything here. If you go to element list of your subscreen, the OK type variable line is got disabled because that is not applicable for subscreen type. It's applicable only for normal and modal dialog box, not for subscreen. Next, I'm going to create just saved. I just click save, then the screen is enabled here. I'm going to create one more. I didn't activate it. Let it be. So 20. And this is my subscreen 2. Change to subscreen. Go to layout. You can see here. Subscreen 2. Okay, I'll give some relevant name. You can say why it's not typing. Okay, customer details frame 2. Okay, so yeah, we have an option, right? Like F6, go to dictionary, key in A1, enter. Okay, it's so no, that's fine. Let me enlarge my frame. It's a little tricky in the remote system desktop. Okay, fine. So this is my subscreen 2. Here also I'm not going to do anything with flow logic, and this is subscreen, so OK type is also disabled. Here it is. Okay, let me activate fully. This is my step 2. Step 3, I need to map my subscreens to subscreen area using a syntax. So this is not drag and drop job. So go to main screen SE51. Go to SE51 transaction and go to the main screen flow logic. So here under the PBO, not inside the module, under the PBO, I'm going to use a syntax called subscreen area S1 including SYRIP ID. So this is nothing but program names are same, so I use this RIP ID single quotes 10, and another one call subscreen S2 including, you have to use different statement for it. Okay, if it's a different program or the same program also you can use it, it won't harm. 20. That's it. This is enough as of now. So I mapped my 2 subscreen to a subscreen area which is in normal screen. Let me go to the program and execute and see how it's display in the output as input. Okay, so here it is. So subscreen 1, I have net value and I have a button, and this is a customer detail. This is subscreen 2, I have customer information are over here. And if I click leave, obviously it worked because I use the same function code of my normal screen. So it used normal screen OK type variable and it used normal screen PAI as well. Okay. So the next is, suppose if you need dynamic subscreens, what you can do is you can go here, you can say A. Okay, no need to declare and all, just give any name. Okay, if you want little clear. Subscreen number. Okay, sub number. Act toward it. Okay. Now I need to fill the information for this variable. That is a dynamic value I have to pass. Depends on my requirement. So where I can write a code, that is in SE38. Okay. So before this screen, before the control comes to this area, the sub number variable to be filled. So for that I have an option called module, PBO module, and here you have to keep the module first. So depends on the need, you have to choose whether the module PBO is coming before your call subscreen or after your call subscreen. So if you're doing nothing with call subscreen statement, no dynamic subscreen number, just keep the status PBO status after your subscreen also. And I'm going to enable this. Now for PBO module, I'm going to use a different include program. This is a standard way of using it. Now you can see your program name and your module name start here, and this is O01 PBO. So last character is O and 01. Okay. So previous includers start with end with I01 because it's PAI. This is PBO. So here I'm going to declare the variable sub number type SYDYNNR. So this is the standard system variable to hold the screen number, same like REP ID. So here you can say 20. So My two subscreens are going to be displayed with same design. Activate. Better you activate from here. Okay, and go to the main program. So you have two includes now, F8. So here you can see this is hard coded value and this is a dynamic variable. Means currently I'm not using any if condition. So based on, depends on your business scenario, you can choose what value to be passed. So this is a way you can use your subscreen as a dynamic option as well. Okay, and yeah, one more information. If I place some values here, so company, A1 and country, IN, just enter. It's gone. Okay, the reason behind this, we used a syntax to map the subscreen with subscreen area. If you want to access the value of a subscreen components, then you have to use a statement called call subscreen area in a PAI of your normal screen. Okay, so exit here, go to your screen SC51. Mostly we play around with SC51 only. So here you have to say call subscreen area. That's it. Activate. So this will give a reference or authorization, whatever it is, to access, to keep the value alive in your subscreen components. Okay, so go to program, execute it. Now enter like A1 IN, enter. It's available. Okay, so this is because it's used, both are used the same subscreen. So that's why one subscreen area is NF. And if you want to give, so when I had to use a flow logic of my subscreen, mostly for PBO, not for PAI. So go to subscreen. If you want to pass some default values, then enable your subscreen PBO. Here double click. This is my subscreen PBO. Yes, which include, I want the previous one. Okay, it's PBO. So I want to use this include. So don't create an include for every new module. Okay, so include one include for PI, one include for all the PBO modules. So here you can say I want net value. So let's see what is the name and the characteristics of the component. And got designed, it's net value character 10. Okay, go back. Data net value type character 10, and you can give net value equal to like 100.23 dot. Okay, this is PBO of subscreen 10. Go to the model pool and execute it. So it comes here. So mostly we need a subscreen PBO to initiate any values before the screen pop-ups. Okay, and PAI, just go with normal screen PAI. Whatever the code you want, you can just write it over here, because user command, even OK type variable of normal screen can be accessed by all your subscreen components, enter and everything. Okay, clear. This is about subscreen. And model dialog box is same like normal screen. Right click, create model dialog box. I go with 555, some number. Okay, so this is model dialog box. This is pure like normal screen, and select model dialog box, and you can see the element list. It's enable the OK type variable. So here you can say OK code 555. Okay, then go to layout and create whatever is required. Okay, so here I'm just giving, you can have any values over here, or you can have just a text. Do you want to continue, or just to confirm to proceed further? Just confirm to proceed. Okay, and you can have some kind of buttons like yes, no, cancel. So it doesn't have any difference. So functionality wise, if you feel your design is going to be little small for your requirement, then go ahead with this. Why it's, oh okay, length. I used line and column, so that is the reason it gives an error. Okay, yes, no, and the function code you can go with fct s and no, so s no cancel, so that also you can try. Okay, so the difference here, you can enable this because this is an independent screen, same like normal. So enable this and write a code whatever you want. I have created the OK type variable also over here. Okay, so same thing, if you double click, it will ask where you want to create. All my pi is going to be created under one include program, that is I01, end with I01, and all my pbo is going to create in 0 0 0 1 include, end with O01. This is the one, O01. Next. Okay, so this is my include program which has only PBO modules, and this is my PAI include program which has only PAI modules. Okay, that's it. And if you want to call, maybe I can have a button in my subscreen to call the model dialog box. So I can say here confirm PB2 and function code is fct conf confirm. Okay, I think is it correct? CONF. Yep. Okay, now I have to write a code. You don't want to write a code in PAI of your subscreen because it can access PAI of your normal screen. So where is PAI model? Okay, here. Only in this normal screen I have my subscreen. So here I'm going to use OK code else if OK code 100 can able to convey or communicate your subscreen button function code also. Here you can use the statement call screen number starting at and ending at. Okay, I'm sorry and I'm not good with this x and y axis, so maybe screen comes in a very strange way. Just adjust from your example. Activate, execute a program. So here just click confirm. Oh no. Okay, this is my model dialog box. So you have yes and you have no, but the worst part is I didn't write any code of yes no, so I can't get out of this model dialog box. This used to happen actually, that's why in the initial stage I mentioned at least have an exit button in any of your practice screen. That is easy, otherwise you have to close it, like forcefully you have to close it. God, it's not going to work. So I'm going to have a new screen and I'm going to close it like this. That is the way, and you have to open it again. Okay, so this is a way you have to use the model dialog box and subscreens. The better example is To play around in with normal subscreen and model dialog box, create 5 screens, 5 normal screens, and 3 different subscreens, and include wherever you want. And excuse me, have a simple button next, previous, and excuse me, exit. So screen number 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, all normal screens, okay? So just click next from 100, then you have to call the screen number 200. Before calling the screen number 200, have a model dialog box and have a button. Do you want to go to screen number 200? Yes, no, cancel, okay? If you say yes, go to call screen number 200. If you say no, keep in screen number, the same screen number, okay? Okay, I missed it. The same screen number is like the syntax to call the same screen means go to the previous screen number, or you have to close the model dialog box as set screen 0. I will show you. So this is a perfect example to understand the screen flow. Next, previous. So keep on doing this for till the last screen 500, and from there if they click previous, same, have one more model dialog box and go to the screen number 400. Okay. Let me show that also. So I want to write a code for no, okay, in my model dialog box. So go to my model dialog box screen. What is that? 555, right? Okay, I have already I have enabled it. So go here, and the independent okay code for this screen is 555 ucom ucym and here if okay code 555 equal to fct no, okay, within single quotes, and it should be capital letter, and I'm going to use a command called set screen 0. Okay, I will have a different video to understand different kind of statements to close your screen. Set screens, sorry, 0, leave program, leave screen, leave to screen. Okay, I will show you when, which scenario we have to use it. So now I'm using set screen 0. It's going to be make my current screen is going to be closed. Okay, if you say leave program, it will leave the entire application, but now I want to close only the model dialog box. So I used a command called set screen 0, and this is a model dialog box screen PAI. Go to model pool, execute, confirm. Yes, no. I written a code for no. Just click no. It's closed only the model dialog box, and the control remains in your previous screen. Okay. Hope this will be useful for you. Play around with this, and thank you so much for your time. If you have any doubt, please let me know. See you in the next video. Thank you and bye bye.